What is up, guys? Welcome back to the franchise. It is Saturday, May 10th. Sunny, sorta. And it's a great day for some Dynasty rankings, We've done quarterbacks, so now we're going to do some running backs for you. This will be for Dynasty 2025-26, and I'm just going to give you my rankings, run through them, and give a couple notes on them. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, to start my rankings off, I got Bijan and Genti 1 and 2 in S tier, and I'm also going to put Gibbs up there. I really would like to put Gibbs up there, considering, I'm a Lions fan and he is a dog, but it's just hard with David there. He still a big part of the Lions offense, and it's definitely going to be impeding on his workload. I mean, the end of the year he was great, but David was out. So, yeah, that's why Jameer is third. Like, we haven't even seen Genti yet, other than his amazing season last year. But he should be, like, there's no one else there. Like, he's going to get the workload. So that's why I have him above them. I honestly think Jameer Gibbs is a better running back than both of them. But for fantasy, it's going to have to be Gibbs in the 3 spot. And Bucky Irving. I'm tempted to put him up here, but he's just not the talent that these guys are. So we're going to put him in A tier, the top of A tier. He's young. The Bucks love him. And, I don't know. I was not heavy on him last year. He proved me wrong. I thought it was going to be, the Rachaad White show, and it was the exact opposite of that. So, kid's a freak. He went to Oregon, and I don't know, man. If he can produce another year, he's moving up into that S tier. But for now, we'll keep him at the top of A tier, right next to my boy himself, Saquon Barkley. Yeah, I mean, he should be an S tier, but I don't know. I think he's 27, maybe 28, and he's right on that. I mean, he's got a year left, maybe 2. So if you're contending, go get him if you can. He's going to cost you a ton, but, I mean, maybe you have him, or maybe you're in a startup league, and, I mean, you can take him early, but just know he's not going to get you, 3 to 4 more years. Like, he's about that age limit. I mean, Derrick Henry is like the only exception. He's 30 something, and he's still like on a decline. So I don't know. Last year could have been Saquon's best year, and we might not see anything like that of the sort again. So I'd just be cautious with him. For Dynasty, at least. Redraft, that's a whole another story. Next, we got Omarion Hampton. I mean, what a landing spot for him in the Charger. He got Jim Harbaugh, who ran the rock a ton last year, and in his days in Michigan, I mean, we know Blake Corum and all them guys. Donovan Edwards, who was a nobody, was somebody behind Jim Harbaugh in that Michigan O-line. Gus Edwards was relevant somehow last year. He made injury-prone, J.K. Dobbins, like his most relevant fantasy season. And now you get a workhorse in Omarion out of North Carolina. Dude's a rock-solid Dynasty player. Like, he's going to just keep moving up these ranks throughout the year. So if you can get him now in a startup draft, it's the cheapest you're ever going to get him. He's going to be a stud. He's huge, and he just reeks of workhorse running back. Next on my list is HN, just because he's so electric, and you got to believe in him. You do. He's lightning in a bottle, but there's just a lot of stuff going on in that Miami offense, and he seems to be the focal point of it as of now. So I don't see why you can't put him in A tier. Yeah, I don't love him just because his durability, and I don't know, he just feels like one of them running backs to me that's going to fade away. But I mean, what do I know? He hasn't done it yet, and it's only been 2 years. He's in his prime, so he's still all guns blazing for Devin Achane for me. Kyren Williams, another guy I was not a believer in, but he's just him, and that Rams offense is potent, and he's the guy there. Yeah, okay. So that's my A tier. We're going to move down the list now and start that off with Jonathan Taylor. What a season he had last year. And honestly, I don't see, him falling off this year, but he's 26. He's getting close to that age gap or that age limit that we're not exactly excited to talk about with running backs. So he's kind of in the same boat as Saquon. He's not got much time left, but he's still a dog, and I'd keep him there. Right behind him, Breece Hall. People are forgetting about Breece Hall. Yeah, he had an off season, but the Jets were a mess, man. Like, name one good thing about the Jets last year. You can't, unless you start naming like their players. Breece Hall was the only bright spot. Their line sucks. They're revamping that. Justin Fields hopefully brings something more than Aaron Rodgers brought. So I don't know. Breece Hall's a stud, and you can't just write him off. You can't write him off. I won't write him off, especially in Dynasty. Like, come on. He's young. He's a stud. He belongs up here with these guys. Next, we'll put Chase Brown. Again, another guy kind of compared to Devin Achane. He's just a little bit, I don't know. Something, it just feels like he's not going to be here. Like, he's not like a cornerstone in the NFL, He was great last year. Don't get me wrong. And I think he'll be great this year. But for dynasty purposes, I just don't know if he's going to be around that long. I give him, I don't know, I want to put him higher. He was so good last year. But there's just something about him, man, that is draft capital, his athletic scores. I don't even know, man. He just seems like somebody who's going to fall off. So that's why I have him in B tier behind Breece and them. Breece and them? Gee. Next. Is this correct? Yeah. No, it's not. Where my boy at? James Cook. James Cook, another guy I like. He's good. Super touchdown reliant last year. I think he had 19 touchdowns. No way that stays the same. If you can sell him now, I'd do it. Same thing with Chase Brown. I think he's the highest you're going to get these guys, man. So if you can find a buyer for him, I'd try and ship him just because I don't trust him this year. And I think that they've reached a peak and that the price you can get for him now is only going to decrease from here on out. Next, big Quinshon Judkins. And dude, when he first, on day 2, when he got drafted there, I was so hyped. I'm like, oh my gosh, put him up there with Omarion and Genty. But then they drafted Sampson, and I don't know. It's the Browns, of all people, and they run the rock too. But so that's why he's this low. I want to put him higher. Just because he's an elite prospect. Elite. You can't really discount him because he went to the Browns, but you can discount him because of all the mouths to feed there. And I think he's still going to be great. It's just going to be a little bit more crowded than you would have liked. Joshua Jacobs, stud. Nothing you can't say about him. He's a stud. He's just old. He ain't got much time left. But man, was he good last year, and he kicked me out of the playoffs in redraft. So, yeah. Bro's good. Kenneth Walker, a guy I think people are forgetting about. I know there's some question marks in the whole revamping in Seattle, but they got a stud there, and his name is K9 Kenneth Walker. Barry Sanders-esque. He ain't no Barry Sanders, but he reminds me of Saquon and Barry. It's just the way he moves. And, he runs with power and elusiveness, and he's still young. I don't know why people are sleeping on Kenny. Like, he's gonna have a bounce back year this year. Travion Henderson. Another guy that I really liked out of college. I mean, him and Judkins were crazy. And he went to a place, and people have started moving him above, Quinshon because of the landing spot. But let's not forget, they still have Ramondre Stevenson. They still have Antonio Gibson. Like, it's still a crowded room there. And the better prospect of the two is Quinshon. So Travion in his own right is a phenomenal back, but I just think that the mouths are still there in New England. Like, people are just forgetting about, like, there's mouths everywhere. And Quinshon has competition. Travion has competition. So who has? Then it comes down to me, like who's a better athlete, who's a better player, and I think it's Quinshon. So that's why Travion's behind him. Still going to be a dog and a super talented running back who's only going to move up these ranks in the years to come. We got C-Mac. Oh, C-Mac. It really hurt me last year to see him not play. Thankfully, I didn't take him. I never had a 101 in any of my drafts, so I didn't have him. But man, what a disappointment. What a stud. And, you know, I want to put him, like he was up here. I want to put him in the A tier, but with all that's going on in San Francisco and just the injury last year, I know he says he's good to go, but he's getting old. He's done it for a long time. He's always had injury concerns. You just got to move him down here. As talented as he is, you can't put him up there with the rest of those guys. RJ Harvey is the next guy. Perfect landing spot. If he didn't go to the Broncos, he wouldn't be this high just because of who he is as a player. He's a good player. He's not a great player. He's 24 already for a back, so that gives him 3 years until he hits that age limit that we're looking at. But Sean Payton picked him. You know who else Sean Payton picked? Reggie Bush, Alvin Kamara, and Mark Ingram. Pretty good track record. That's why I trust him, and that's why I like him, especially in Dynasty. But, yeah, it's really just because the landing spot is why he's good, so that's why he's down in C tier, not in the B tier. Derek. Where's Derek? There he is. So, yeah, Derrick Henry, otherwise known as Freight Train, otherwise known as him, is above 30. I mean, he just can't do it much longer. Maybe he gets another, like, if he doesn't fall off this year, he falls off next year. So you just got to be careful with him. Next, Joe Mixon, another guy, age gap. Man, he's old as dirt, but he's so good, and he's still going to be productive this year, but he's just old. Chuba Hubbard, he signed a huge contract. Like, I was shocked by his production last year, and maybe we should move him up above those guys, maybe even to the top of this tier. But he's just another one of them guys that's just like, yeah, I'm actually gonna put him here. He's just another one of them guys that is like, he's not. I just feel like he's gonna get hurt, or there's a cornerstone. Like, I know he got a 5-year deal, but the Miles, there's just a lot of running backs in Carolina. They draft running backs every year, and Chuba Hubbard is not some guy that you're just like, man, I remember where he went to school. He was a dog. He got drafted high, and he's always been a solidified dog. Like, no, he's one of those guys who's worked for it, and I respect that, and he's a good player. But to see his lasting impact in Carolina, I don't know, man. I just have question marks about him. Next, I had David Montgomery on my list, but I'm going to put Caleb Johnson ahead of him just because age and where he went in that zone scheme. Best zone runner in college football, and he went to a Arthur Smith-led offense who runs the rock zone most of the time. He's going to be good, man. In this class of running backs is a bunch of star-studded dogs, so look out for him this year and years to come. David Montgomery. Oh, man, I love David. He's so good. He's like the heart and soul of that Lions backfield. Jameer is superior, but I just love him, man. He's just a good-ass dude and a good running back. So, yeah. I mean, we know how he produces for fantasy. He's still going to be doing that 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Next, Kamara. This was a tier break. Kamara fell off last year. A lot of question marks in New Orleans, and bro's old as dirt. Swift, ass. No one likes him. Yeah, he's going to be all right, I guess. At least they got Ben Johnson there running the show. But I don't give him much longer. I can't even believe they didn't take it back. Like, I think they wanted to, but they got, jumped in front of. So, I don't know. He'll be good this year, but that's it, is my opinion on that. Tony Pollard's next. Another guy I don't really care too much for. He's in Tennessee. He'll produce for you, but Dynasty, no, he's nothing to be concerned about. James Conner. Well, this guy, I feel like I'm just going to be wrong on again because I'm always wrong on him. He's just old as dirt and producing like gold. So, yeah, I don't know. And the Cardinals are going to be good this year. But Connor is just one of them guys, man. He's just getting old. You can't run forever. His run is going to run out. Next is Mr. Scatterbo. This guy is a freak, dude. He's a freak. I don't know if you guys watched that Texas game last year, but then that was when I really got put onto this kid.
Scatterbo, there it is. Nice big hole for Cam Scatterbo, who stays on his feet. Big brute.
And, he's not the most athletic, but, man, he runs like a white Marshawn Lynch, dog. And he's thicker. He's like a freaking bowling ball. He's like MJD out there, white MJD. So he's putting on for the city, and he's going to be putting on for the New York Giants. So look out. I honestly want to move him up, but I don't know. He's just not that great of a prospect. But when you see him on the field, you're nuts. Next, we got Pacheco. I like him a lot. He's the same type of thing. He just runs hard, man. You like watching him, but not that great of a prospect. Kansas City uses so many different mouths. Like, how much longer will he be around? I don't know. I'm trying to sell him. High key. Brian Robinson Jr., excuse me. No, bro. He's not good. He's done. He's going to be irrelevant after this year, my prediction. Tier break, ETN. Man, he was so much potential, dog. That just wasted. I don't know what happened to the poor guy. But, yeah. I mean, maybe he has a bounce-back year. Because I think the Jaguars are going to be good, and Trevor Lawrence is going to be good, and Liam Cohen's going to turn that franchise around. But I think ETN is one of those guys who gets the boot sooner than later. So that's where he is. Next, we're going to put old Aaron Jones. They just signed Jordan Mason. And he's young, and he's good. He stepped in for C-Mac last year, and Aaron Jones got hurt at the end of last year, and he's going to get hurt again. Another old as dirt guy who is probably still going to produce, but not in Dynasty, bro. He's, if we're looking to stack young assets, then this is a guy we need to get off our roster. Unless, you're trying to compete and you want like a flex piece and you can get him for cheap, absolutely. He's still going to produce this year, but to say that he is a valuable Dynasty piece is a stretch by any means. Mr. Tootin, V-Tech, go Hokies. Yeah, I didn't even know about this guy until the draft. I got put onto his film. Liam Cohen and them like him a lot. They handpicked him. He's explosive. He's an insane athlete. I think he was the best athlete in the whole class of running backs, score-wise. And I get it. ETN's there. Bigsby's there. But they ain't the athlete like this kid is. Look out. I'm serious. Like, he is a late-round sleeper. Mid-round sleeper. Bro, he ain't even going late anymore. It's like a second-round sleeper, bro. Second-round sleeper. Crazy. But at least in your rookie drafts. So, I don't know, man. He's going to jump up these rankings. You watch. Sharby. Had high hopes for him, but I knew he's behind Kenneth, and people were like, bro, he's going to take away from Kenneth. Not last year. His rookie year he did, but last year was really just the kind of, I don't even remember anything that Zach Charbonnet did last year, and I don't think I'm going to remember anything this year. So, Mr. Jalen Warren, PPR nightmare. Love him. But they just drafted Caleb, and I mean, they love him in Pittsburgh. They really do, and he's going to be a great flex option for a couple more years. Like, honestly, I'll probably put him right this, bro. Put him ahead of Charbonnet. But yeah, like I said, they got Caleb, the workhorse, and I don't know how much longer Jalen will be there, but I guess we'll see. Javonte, I like the fit in Dallas, man. They need somebody, and I think this is the somebody. Excuse me. I really do think this is the guy. They got Jaden Blue there too. Oh man, I had him fresh rookie year, and he made a huge run for me in the playoffs. So maybe I'm a bit biased on him, but I just think there's a little juice left in the tank for him this year. Emphasis on this year. They drafted Jaden Blue, and Dallas is always making moves. So yeah, give him a year here. I think he'll be pretty good this year, but anything after that, I don't know. Najee, yeah, well, he just went to the Chargers to die, like every running back. He'll be productive this year, and then I think we're going to say goodbye to Najee. So get him off your roster if you're trying to rebuild and all that junk. Ramondre, he ain't that great. He had a horrible year last year. He was ranked all the way up here, like an A tier with those guys in my rankings last year, and I was so wrong on him. He was horrible, and he's only going to get worse. I think they drafted, obviously, Travion, and he finna get replaced real soon. Tier break, Trey Benson. Kind of disappointing. He was hyped up last year a ton. I don't know, man. I think it's the James Conner show again this year, and Trey Benson has to show me because he didn't show me nothing last year. Bigsby, Big Bigs. Can he produce? We'll see. Mr. Corum, I like his vision. I like him as a running back, but he's got a dog in front of him, a solidified dog. So we'll see what Sean McVay does. Sometimes they just be transferring. Like Cam Akers was so good one year, and then they just sent him away. I know he got hurt and stuff like that, but I mean, if Kyron goes down, Corum, I think is a stud. I know they got another guy there that they just drafted, but I think Corum is a very talented back still. Rashad White, R.I.P. Sorry, Bucky Irving's him. Jordan Mason, again, in Minnesota. I like that fit. I think he showed out last year, and he could be a sleeper. Ray Davis, man, I hate Ray Davis just because I had James Cook last year, and he took all my touches and everything. So, yeah, he gets points, decent flex play, and he's only in year 2, so he could be good. Tajay Spears. Yeah, okay, next. Garendo. Yeah, bro, I don't know. Maybe he does something this year with, Christian McCaffrey. I don't know who else they have, so he could be fine. He could be decent. Jaden Blue, electricity in a bottle. But, I mean, he wasn't that. His draft capital is not there, so there's risks there. His combine scores were decent, but a lot of doubts from him. But when you look at him on the field, he's electric. So, I mean, that's why he's up here on this list, but we'll see. Dylan Sampson. Brilliant Allen and Mr. Neal to, round out this list. Simpson, dog at Tennessee, blazing fast, just behind a way better player. Same thing with Braylon Allen, bro. He was so good last year, but he's still behind Breece Hall. And, Devin Neal, I liked watching him. He's low-key like that, but he's just not the greatest athlete. We'll see how he gets used in New Orleans. Could he see the field? Yeah, with old Kamara and Kendra Miller is just not it. So who knows, man? We might see something from the kid. But yeah, those are my rankings for running backs this year. Next is wide receivers, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace.